I was thinking of more rare items to review, and Lux crossed my mind. But the problem is, Lux can still be bought, and that basically causes it to lose all of its historical value. So I'm going to make a separate series for this called Lux Reviews. And the first Lux I want to review is the Wayfarer, Pathfinder, and Trailblazer set. They're all the same thing, one's just level 90, 140, and 190. And it's one of only two Lux things that has a set bonus. If you wear all three parts being the Ami bracelet and ring, you'll get the bonus. And it doesn't even have to be the same type as long as it's the same tier. So you could wear a DPS Ami and a caster ring and it'll work. So we're going to jump into this. We're going to start with the worst one, being level 91. And this is one of three of the weird sets that goes by 90, 140, and 190, because most Lux is just 100 and 150. What they did was, they tried to make a cheap line of Lux to appeal to more players, because the 190 Ami is only $1 million in the shop. But this type of Lux usually has bad associations with it, because the 90 Lux is god-awful compared to old level 100 Lux. But looking at this Ami here, 60 strength, 60 vit, 80 defense, decent regen, and a skill. Doesn't seem too bad, right? But the problem is the glowstone stuff is just way better in almost every aspect. The skill doing slash damage, I mean, that's going to be heavily resisted by armor. It's not even elemental, it's just slash. Lower down, yes, Stalker Ami destroys that. Caster stuff, not really important for Lux actually, because that's not going to do that much for you. This Ami being Dex and Focus, who thought of that? I want to know, because that's not going to work. I mean, at least they're generous enough to put a tiny bit of health on there, but that's just an insult. Bracelets, they're okay. It has direct damage, which is nice, and health. Good stuff. Same with the Falcon bracelet, but the thing is, where's the creativity here? Eagle, Falcon, is both damage and both health. Who cares if it's a different element? It's the same thing. Bracelet for casters? Who needs energy, especially as a caster? It's more of a melee thing. And focus? I'd rather have like +2 firebolt. Just no. And this resistance bracelet. A level 50 Otherworld bracelet is more resist than that piece of crap. And the set bonus is 25. I mean, it's better than nothing. Oh well. We'll go to the 140 set now. Pathfinders. And you can see that the gear here is a little bit better. This is better than a Comrack Ami by 5 points and has free defense, some regen. Still the same problems as the other things, having slash damage, or being completely outclassed by other Lux in the same tier. You don't even want to know how 150 Lux compares to this. Still got that Dex focus problem. A little bit more health though. These bracelets, increasingly good. The 65 damage is good enough for DPS. I like it. Health, always a plus. Bracelet still sucks, still worse than equivalent area shop gear. Caramore resistance bracelet just destroys that. Doesn't have regen, but you know what? I bet you the energy bracelet from Caramore is basically better than this. Rings, I mean, okay. Seems like a waste of money to me. But on to the reason why we're here. the Trailblazer set, the 190 set. The thing about this set is that it usually is held in high regard. People on other worlds use it sometimes, and even on Lug I've heard stories of Falcon and Eagle sets selling for 4 to 6 million. And I was just sitting there thinking, you gotta be kidding me. But I saw it happen, and I sold a Focus set before for like 3.5. Anyway, let's take a look at this. It has 50 less strength and vit than a Garanok Ami. Got defense and regens though, so I guess you could say it's positive. It's worse than most 150 Amis. The 190 Stalker Ami and stuff like that's just way better. There's like nothing that these Amis are good for, especially the Focus one. And I mean, this, we're not even gonna mention that, but the Focus Ami, I'd rather have one of those Ice Blaster Firestorm ones. It's not even Lux, or one with a damage skill on it. And I will not call this Backlash skill a damage skill. It's completely useless bossing, which is what you'd use it for at 190. And even for leveling up, the thing is, you're only going to be affecting one enemy at a time with lore. So the point of having a Cloak Backlash skill is completely destroyed by that logic, because you'd want a bunch of enemies attacking you in order to maximize the effectiveness of that. But even more so, because casters shouldn't have a cloak skill because they're very vulnerable to damage, it's basically going to go unused, except for emergencies or 1v1s. These bracelets, they're actually good. It has the damage of an Imperial Hrungnir bracelet, and roughly the health of it too, with regen. It's a good option if you can't find Hrungnir gear, or if you just want a tiny bit extra energy on top of that. This bracelet, utter crap. Skill bracelet's better, or something with direct damage. I'd rather wear an Aggie bracelet over that thing. And this, I think this is the worst Lux item in history. Casters do not need energy. Anyone else can find energy elsewhere. And resistance, it's just really low and useless. The regen doesn't make it much better either. Rings, just not good enough. Valor rings destroy them. Other rings destroy them. But the main reason people use these sets is the set bonus, which increases all attributes by 100p. Doesn't even say points here. P. Anyway, in order to get the set bonus, you need to wear the set. And the problem is, 2 out of 3 of the parts, or 3 out of 3 if you're a caster, are horrible. And it is not worth the sacrifice for the set bonus at all. I even go far enough to say that a 190 Stalker Ami is better than the entire 190 DPS set, just because of how much DPS it does. And even the set bonus itself won't do much endgame. 100 is going to be very plateaued by that point, giving you very little effectiveness. And you might say, you know, that's true for high levels, but what about low levels? The problem is, you don't get enough stats for it to be worth it at low levels. So it's just crap all around. And even though it's cheap in the shop because it's one of the 90, 140, 190 sets, Glowstone and all those are too. So it's just horrible all around, not worth using aside from the bracelet, possibly. And the only reason that you should use this set is if you find the parts like at half price or you already own them. And you better be taking offers while you're wearing it. Trying to pass it off to someone else, it's like a curse. Maybe you could be a little bit more lenient on the bracelet for the damage and health, but that's it. And my main point in this video was just to spread the word about it. I don't want anyone being tricked by this or being mistaken and actually thinking it's good, because it's not. I think it's one of the worst Lux sets in history.